welcome to the mighty platform MMC. I want to welcome you to our next element of construct, that is the third element of construct, that is data and probability. And under this, we have data collection, matrices, we have probability, we have sets in this element of construct. And I want you to subscribe and follow, turn on the bell, and also follow our link, and we shall have a very powerful presentation. Straight away, I want us to read through this item number 3 and 4. This is what comes in that area, and here is the item. A group of 100 vacancies were asked whether they had been to University of Makerere, Kyambogo, Gulu. The inquiry showed that 50 had been to only one of the three students' university. Okay. The number of those who had been to Gulu University alone exceeded those who had been to Kyambogo alone by 2, but were less than those who had been to Makerere alone by 4. 16 had been to Gulu and Kyambogo. 14 had been to Kyambogo and Makerere. 18 had been to Gulu and Makerere. 48 had been to Makerere University. Teacher Martin has a target of taking his son, Don Trevor, to one of these universities if the chance of having the students who had gone to Gulu University is greater than 0.2. Thus, did Teacher Martin achieve his target? Justify your answer. Our dear listeners, we have to summarize this information, and first let identify these different universities. So you can say, oh, it is already identified. You say Kyambogo is denoted as K. Then Gulu is denoted as G. Then Makerere is denoted as M. It's very important to identify what those letters mean. So, according to this information, they said a group of 100 vacancies were asked whether they had been to University of Makerere, Kyambogo, Gulu. The inquiry showed that 50 had been to only one of the three universities. So, in this case, we shall first draw a Venn diagram. That Venn diagram shall have the number of universal set is 100, since they say in a group of 100 vacancies. So that's our universal set. Then we shall have we have M for Makerere. So you say number of M, then K, then G. So number of G, number of K. So now, according to our item, it says the inquiry showed that 50 had been to only one of the three universities. So what we shall do, we shall say those of M only, those of K only, and those of G only, total up to 60 in summary. So in other words, number of M only plus number of K only plus number of G only is equal to 50. Okay? Then they are saying the number of those who had been to Gulu alone exceeded those who had been to Kyambogo alone by 2. So you say, let those who have been to K only be, we can use small k. Small k. So then they are saying the number of those who had been to Gulu alone exceeded those who had been to Kyambogo alone by 2. So if Kyambogo alone is k, Gulu will be k plus 2. That is what it means. These ones exceeded the other ones by 2. But were less than those who had been to Makerere alone by 4. So these ones of Gulu alone are less than these ones by 4. In other words, these ones are more than these ones by 4. So we can say k plus 2 plus 4. Okay? Very good, very good, very good. Then 16 had been to Gulu and Kyambogo. So first of all, you let those who have been to all the three, number of M intersection K intersection G, let it be equal to X. So X is in the middle. Now they are saying 16 had been to Gulu and Kyambogo. So Gulu and Kyambogo, it is in between here. So 16. If the whole thing here is 16, so this X, so this is 16 minus X. Good. Then 48 had been to Makerere University. Makerere University. So Makerere University is the whole circle of M. So we call it 48. Then Teacher Martin had a target of taking his son to Don Trevor, one of these universities, if the chance of having the students who had not gone to Gulu University is greater than 0.2. Okay, so first of all, there is some information here we need also to add that says 16 had been to Gulu and Kyambogo. Yes, Gulu and Kyambogo, 16. Good. Then 14 had been to Kyambogo and Makerere. Kyambogo and Makerere. M and K. These are 14. 14 minus X. Good. Then 18 had been to Gulu and Makerere. Gulu and Makerere. G and M. They are 18. 18 minus X. So if this is G intersection M is the whole of this. So if this is X, then this is 18 minus X. So there is something also we need to consider. The ones that have gone to none of, we can put them outside here and call them Y. You see? Define it and say let those who have gone, you say let number of M union K union G be equal to Y. Very good. So thereafter, we have summarized the table. We can now find out the values of the unknowns. Good. They have told us that the number of those who went to Makerere only, and those who went to Chambogo only, and those who went to Bulu only are 50. So we shall add this only. So that is this k plus 2 plus 4, then plus k, then plus k plus 2, giving us 50. So when you add this, k plus k plus k, that is 3k. Then plus, when you add that, you give us 8 is equal to 50. Okay, so 3k is equal to 50 minus 8, that is 42. So k alone, divide both sides by 3, that gives us 14. So our dear listeners, the value of k is 14. So we can replace and say this is 14, this is 14. So if this is our k is 14 in that case. And so what will become this? K plus 2 plus, so 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 14, that will be a 20. Wow, that is 14, that is 20. Then k plus 2, 14 plus 2, that will be 16. That is very, very good. So then thereafter, we are tasked to find the value of x. Since we have got k, and this those who have gone to Makerere, total is 48. Now that the whole circle is total into 48. So we can say 20 plus 18 minus x plus x plus 14 minus x is equal to 48. So with that, this and this will go. So when you add all that, we shall come up with, what is that? 52, and this x goes with that x. So we shall have 52 minus x, giving us 48. So from there, we can now make x the subject. Negative x, when negative x crosses the other side, becomes a positive. When 48 comes this side, it becomes negative. So 52 minus 48, that will give us a value of 4. So we have got the value of x. So now, meaning we can now substitute and work out everything with ease. So now, our x, 14 minus x, if our x is now 4, 14 minus x will give us now 10. 18 minus 4 will give us 14. Then 16 minus 4 will give us 12. Good.
Stubborn guy. I want a monster.
So we are going to have now find out the value of y. So how do we get the value of y? We shall add all this and equate to 1/2. So we shall have y plus all this. We can say since all this is 48 plus 14 plus 12 plus 16 will give us 100. So when we add all this, we shall come to y plus 90, giving us 100. So y alone will equal to 10. So our y is equal to 10. Very good, very good, very good. So, remember, we don't forget to define y. Y has already been defined, x is defined, k has been defined. So, having got the values of those unknowns, everything becomes very easy. It is just a matter of now going straight to the task. What is our task saying? Our task says, or we are tasked to find, it says, did teacher Martin achieve his target? Question mark. Just file your answer. So now, remember that you go back to the scenario. The scenario says, teacher Martin has a target of taking his son to Don Trevor to one of these universities. If the chance of having the students who are not gone to Gulu University is greater than 0.2, it is very important to identify those who have not gone to Gulu University. That is a very, very, very important point. In other words, the condition for the success of this must depend on those who have not gone to Gulu, not gone to Gulu University. Gulu University. Okay. So, in other words, it can be written as the number of those, number of G complement. In other words, those who are outside G. What are they? We have 20 plus 10 plus 14. 20 plus 10 plus 14 plus 10. So what is that total? That total is 54. 54. So remember our scenario says Martin will only take his child to university if, make sure you always refer to the scenario, to the what has been stated, the condition that has been stated. They have said, teacher Martin has a target of taking his son, Don Trevor, to one of these universities. If, not that word, if the chance of having students who are not gone to Gulu University is greater than 0.2. Now, those who have not gone to Gulu University are 54. So the probability of those who have not gone to Gulu University will be the number of events over the total or universal set. So that is 54 out of 100. And what is that probability? If you calculate, we shall get 0.54. Dear listeners, the condition they gave us says, if those who have not gone to Gulu University probability is greater than 0.2. Now, this probability is greater than 0.2. So how do we conclude? The task said, did the teacher Martin achieve his target? So in our response, we say yes, teacher Martin achieved his target. Achieved his target. So, why? Because, or since the probability of those who have not gone to Gulu University is greater than 0.2. Since those who did go to Gulu University is greater than 0.2. by, you can even get the difference, you say by, if you subtract 0.54 minus 0.2, you shall get 0.34. So that difference there is enough for this gentleman to qualify his son to go to university, one of these universities. Our dear listeners, I want to thank you so much for listening and watching us. I ask you to subscribe, follow us, view us, turn on the notification bell, and follow us for more and more details. We still have a lot in package, and I want to assure you, you a student or your classroom shall not remain the same. If you follow us, you shall get the best results and the best future. I want to bless you and thank you so much because of your patience. Please follow us. Shalom.